Space program. The space program. Tigo bound.
Thought he had a girlfriend. He ain't even have a girlfriend. Let his girl on a romance.
Welcome back to 40 by Nature podcast on the LDN Network. Here with Big C.
Hey, what's up?
No doubt, and I am Dr. Manhattan. This time around, we about to mix it up a little bit. If you see C in the building, whenever you see him, you know we really about to go in and get real, okay? Today we're going to talk about, today's topic is I would have never. Knowing what you know in your life through your life experiences, what wouldn't you have done in your life knowing what you know now? See, what's the first thing that come to mind? Like, what wouldn't you have done?
Let me think. Depends on how early it is.
In general, in your life, period.
I would say shortcuts. I would have never taken so many shortcuts very early in my life.
Like what specifically though? Like, what you mean, like
I could say starting back. I'm gonna go back to my teenage years. When I seen myself like start to spiral, a little out of control, whatever. I would have never taken the shortcuts that I took then. You know what I mean? I would have probably worked a lot harder and focused more on a future career, all that stuff early on. That's pretty much all I would say about that as an introduction.
I mean, yeah, definitely teenage years, 20s was definitely for me a lot of foolishness. You already know. For most of us, I'm dragging you into it, but I would have never. I'm gonna start out with I would have never moved to Atlanta as early in my life as I did. I would have never moved here when I was immature. This is a place that you can really make it happen and flourish if you have a plan. I would have never moved here without a plan, right?
Okay.
I got tricked into moving here. Like, you know what I mean? I was told Freaknik was still going down. They lied to me, right? Like, even my college recruiter, he was like, yeah, and we have Freaknik. I was like, say word, what is that? Like, what kind of college recruiter showed you pictures of Freaknik? But he did.
A smart one.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I'm kidding.
In the streets, they're just dancing naked? He was like, yeah, yo. I was like, yeah, I'm coming down. As soon as I got here, it was like 1 year left. And then it was when they locked the highways down. And
Right.
I was like, yeah. So the next 10 years of my life, my first years of my life here was just trash. I moved like a real sucker, man. I got to admit it, man. I was immature. I didn't seize opportunities, you know.
So would you say what, you didn't really have a plan beyond Freaknik? Is that what you saying?
I didn't have a plan for Freaknik, to be honest with you. Like, I went to Freaknik, I'm gonna give it up. I went to Freaknik 96. This is 40 by Nature, so we got some years on us.
Okay.
96, I caught 96, but I didn't have a plan, period. I came here for college, which should have never gone out straight to college from high school without a plan. If you don't know what you're going to do, all you're going to do is run up some debt while you figure it out. Figure it out first, then minimize your debt by getting straight to it. And that's what I didn't do.
I think most of us, can share that same similarity early on in our youth. Whereas though we get out of high school, we're getting that first taste of freedom, first taste of adulthood, and it's just like, run wild a little bit. You know what I mean? Like the chains are off you. The parental guidance is off you. So, I mean, that's very normal to not have a plan. But I would have never done the things that I did back then based on what I know now as far as like, we need to have structure in our lives at an early age. And I think that's what you're touching on. You know what I mean?
What'd you do, see? You playing it safe. Come on, man. I'm bearing my soul, man.
Me, I was wild with the ladies, man.
That's what we need.
I was girl crazy, fast, running the streets. What they call it, getting to $1. At least I thought I was. But in reality of it was I really wasn't getting to $1. I was just digging myself further in the hole. Digging my own grave, and little did I know how hard it was going to be to dig my way out of it. But like I said, I was girl crazy. Every little pretty thing that I seen, I wanted it.
You was at them.
I never got tired of the party scene. Never got tired of none of that. It was like Sunday through Sunday.
That was it.
Let's turn up.
See, but you was getting the shorties early. See, I'm gonna keep it real. Like I was one of them dudes that was fronting. Like I was the liar in high school. Like, did you kiss her? And I was like, yeah. And meanwhile, so I didn't get no action till I came to college. So when I got here, it was new to me. You know what I mean? I OD.
It's why I was getting the shorties earlier though. I jumped off the porch earlier.
Oh, you was getting money.
You know what I'm saying? So we kind of went two different paths. You know, I look at my life now and say, man, if I would have went that path, where would I be? But you know, that's speaking hypothetical. You know,
he was moving around in Philly. He was up there.
Absolutely.
It's a Philly dude right here, y'all.
Absolutely.
You know
Born
what
and
I mean?
raised, man.
Queens of Philly in the house.
Shout out to Philly, man. Born and raised, you know. And I was running around on the outskirts too. More so on the outskirts of Philly.
What's up with North? Like, it seemed like every other city, the South Side is always where they get it in the most. In Philly, it's the reverse. It's like North. Everybody's like, yo, I'm from North. Like, why is North? Is North Philly iller than South Side? Look at me trying to hype up a beef here.
I don't know where you going with this,
Yo,
but I'm gonna tell you this: all of it, you know, is it's a dangerous environment. It's a rough environment, no matter what part of the city you're from.
No doubt.
You know, all them brothers down there, you know, shout out to the ones who out there making change. They're impacting the community. They're doing positive things. But it's a lot of misguided youth down there. And for me personally, you know, 40 years old now, I can't glorify the stuff that I used to do. You know, I'm one of the fortunate ones who made it out, who's on the positive, who's impacting, you know what I mean, the youth today in a positive manner. So, I mean...
You're not moving reckless no more.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. I'm too old, man. Too old to be moving
man.
reckless. You know, I mean, I can look back and in my mental Rolodex, I can laugh at some of the things I did. It was wild, we was crazy, all that. But same token, when you looking at your kids and you looking at your nieces and nephews, you're like, yo, I don't want y'all to be like me. Please don't.
Please don't.
You know, so again, it don't matter what part of the city you're from. You know, if your mentality is not, you know, I'm trying to make it out of here, you know, that environment can suck you in. Don't matter if it's Philadelphia, Atlanta, Chicago, California. Don't matter where you come from. You know, it's the same mentality.
If you don't have your mind right, like, I mean, speaking of reckless and the shorties, I'm gonna tell you, my next, I would have never allowed my body count to get as egregious and ridiculous as it got. I know a lot of dudes like to sit around and we like to act like it's only one way. Like, dudes can move how they want to move, and women, they gotta have the low body count. I don't believe in that. You know what I'm saying? It's you giving people your time, you know, and so it's just like a peace of mind perspective. So everybody should be accountable, men and women. So as a man, I gotta hold myself accountable. My body count got stupid when I moved to the A. I'm embarrassed. I'm gonna be honest. And just looking back, if you really think about it, like, it's about adding value now, right? So my 40s, if it didn't add value, it took away from my time.
Absolutely.
I'm not knocking.
Absolutely.
That's not a shot at the shorties I would, you know, that I. Help build the body count with.
Right.
I didn't add value to their time either, or to their life either. I took their time away. So it was like, neither one of us added any value to each other. We were just on some quick fix, and I just wasted a lot of time with that. I played with a lot of people's time and wasted my own time, and I'm embarrassed. That's not something I brag about no more.
I would say this. Every relationship that you in, whether it's something serious or it's something that you just, you know, playing around with it, there's some positives you can take from it. Everything is just not about, you know, the intimacy, the sexual part of the relationship, you know. So I think a lot of us, we focus so much on, you know, hey, yeah, I knocked this chick down, or the chick saying, yeah, I knocked this dude down, it's another notch on my belt. But it's more to that story, you know. There are more things that you should be getting from there than just, you know, the sexual part. And like I can say, all right, I'm still cool with a lot of females who we've crossed those boundaries with. There's no negative energy there because, you know, we're all mature. You know what I mean? So if some of them females to reach out to me or vice versa, and they had a question, you know, about somebody who was new in their life, you know, I would give them a gem, you know what I'm saying, versus me just saying, all right, that's completely cut off, is disconnected, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't just look at the body count, you know what I mean, when it comes to these females.
I'll look at the body count. I know, yeah.
What about my body count? I want to ask a question though while y'all doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
You said you still cool with them. How honest are you with the person that you're dealing with now that you still cool with the exes? And do you think they should care? Because our show that we're doing is about body count. That's one of the topics we're going to talk about on Facts.
On Facts Unfiltered
Okay,
today, they're going to go into the body count today. Y'all better not miss that. It's going to be crazy.
I can have a conversation. If the female was to call my phone right now, and I'm not married, I do have a fiance, I've been with for 7 years, but if she was right here, she's not going to feel any type of way because, I already let her know early on in the relationship, hey, I have female friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not a sexual thing. I got self-control of myself. I'm not trying to sleep with every female that I know.
That's
So,
what's up.
you know what I mean? Like, you have to understand that I was a person before I got in this relationship. And I had many relationships before you came in my life and we developed our relationship, But the same token, I'm not going to do things to make her feel insecure.
Yeah, you can't.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm not going to be sneaking, picking up my phone and just looking at it sideways and nothing like that. No, I'm not going to do all that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
what's up. That's what's up.
I mean, you're right. I can't even.
a lot of the problems that we cause in our relationship is because we be on some sneaky stuff.
I mean, all right. So you a stand up person, but on the flip side of that though, so like, wifey may not have a problem with me having friends.
Yeah.
But I can't say that I'm honest about the fact that why they're just friends now. She, you know what I mean? Like, she just, they may think for many of them that we've been friends all along. She may not necessarily know that we used to mess around. You know what I mean? Maybe I could be a bit more transparent with that. But it's been so long ago, I didn't feel a need to share it.
I think you need to
Look
be.
at me trying to make excuses.
Yeah, I think you trying to hide something. I mean, think about it like this, right?
It's not a lie.
We back to this body count. Think about it like this, right? What's done is done. You can't rewrite that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So your wifey don't think that you're her first partner, right?
Nah.
I mean, you're not going to throw it in her face. You're not going to the club and then you're going to go ahead and sit with your ex and, you know what I mean? You're going to be take all your attention away from your wife. You're not doing that type of stuff. You're not calling this person 1,000 times a week and none of that stuff. No. There has to be a limitation. There has to be a separation. You see what I'm saying?
I get it though. But I don't let that happen though. I just, I don't engage like that. I leave it at the conversation.
Right.
Friends call and check on one another.
Right.
Now that going over their houses, I don't do none of that.
No.
And they got to respect that.
And
because they would want the same treatment if I was with them.
It's the times of the day and night when they calling. If you sending your friends some flowers or something like that, depending on the occasion, if you sending her flowers on Valentine's Day.
Oh no, you don't do none of
then
that.
you might be doing a little bit too much.
I got some friends that are suckers that have done that and acted like wifey was tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They not friends no more. Next show, we're going to talk about all the friends we fired.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I fired all of my friends. I got family now only.
Now, what I will say is this, though. Every relationship is different.
Yeah.
So I don't know the blueprints on every relationship. I just know what works for me and mine's. And being straightforward, being honest, that's the foundation.
100%.
So.
What? All right. Now it's gonna get messy, man. You know how I move. It's 40 by nature, y'all. You know how we do it.
Hey, Big C in the building, man. I'm here. Come on.
You know how I
man.
go. I would have never been on dating apps in my 30s. That's something. Now it didn't exist in my 20s. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The chronicles of an old
man.
head.
You ain't that old. You're not 65.
The chronicles of an old head. We ain't had that kind of technology around. But them dating apps. I got to be transparent with y'all because y'all not going to mess with me if I lie to you. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't care how I look. Dating apps, I've ended up out of money I didn't have, using rent money for dates.
Oh, man.
Tied up.
Violation.
Yo,
violation.
Set up. You know what I'm saying?
Violation.
For real. I've been on the bed waiting on Shorty to come in the room and two dudes come in. I'm like, yo, where's Shorty at? They like, yo, run it. I'm like, damn, they got me.
Dread.
We all know, come on. Our dating lives, we all know we put ourselves in positions that we shouldn't have been in. Them neighborhoods at 3 a.m. and shit. Come on. We knew we weren't supposed to be there, but Shorty sent them pictures. And I was like, all right, I think I can make it. Come on. I've been on, all right. See, I'm gonna be real.
Let's
I
hear
run
it.
down Boulevard in my underwear when
Oh,
cause Shorty's
man.
man came home.
Cut it out.
I used to go over her house so much. I thought I lived there. Like I would be in there barefoot, chilling. I was with her like 6 months. You know what I'm saying? The knock at the door, boom, boom, boom. We posted up watching Martin episode reruns or something. She looks out the peephole, looks back at me, gives me that look. I said, get rid of him. I already knew. I thought it was some side dude. I don't care. She said, nah, you don't understand. I said, what's up? She said, it's a dude I used to deal with. But I said, okay, I don't care. Open the door. I'm a man, yo. It's whatever. She said, he's not by himself.
Oh,
I'm like, yo, I ain't no
man.
sucker. I don't care. How many? She was like, 2 other people. So I said, 3 total. She was like, you gotta hide. On Boulevard, you know they got the bars on the window, so you can't even climb out the window. I'm on the first floor. I've never hid in my life. Well, hide and go seekers again, but you know what I'm saying?
You was hiding the
Yo,
day.
I said, I'm not hiding. She said, I gotta open the door. You gonna shoot it up. I said, well, he got guns? I'm in here naked. I said, all right, I'm gonna hide, but get rid of him. I don't know how to hide. I went to the bathroom, closed the door, turned off the lights. That was hiding for me. Yo, she opened the door. It sounded like the deleted scene of What's Love Gotta Do With It, man. Yo, I just heard slaps, screaming, and then it was silence. And you know, if you're in a dark room and it's light on the other side, you see the feet walk past the door. So I saw the feet come up to the door. He jiggled the doorknob.
Was you scared?
Hell yeah. He was like, yo, come on out, dude. I was like, all right, chill. I'm using the bathroom. He was like, in the dark? I was like, all right, I'm coming out. I cracked the door. Dude was like Mr. Fantastic. He put his arm through the crack and pulled me through the crack onto the ground. They stomped me out. I'm in my underwear. I don't know how I got to the door. I tried to grab my clothes, do up the hammer. I kept it moving. I run to the gas station on the corner. You know, Ralph McGill, right there near the hospital.
Yeah.
Broad daylight. How I'm not on World Star, or maybe I was, I don't know. I'm like, I need somebody's phone. I need help. Everybody got their phone up, filming. I'm like, yo, I need you to use your phone. Use the phone. I had to call for backup. But those are the kind of situations I was in, and that's one of many.
Hey,
on dating
that
apps,
is-
girls lying.
That is wild, boy.
But them dating
Yeah.
apps, that's how it be. It could be like that if you meet somebody on the street. But dating apps, it was so consecutive. So many consecutive people that you meet that were never like what they told you. The situation's never real.
I tell you this, man. Ooh, thank God you still here with us, brother. Because that could have been a fatal attraction.
Yo, I'm never going to hear the end of this from him, y'all. He being nice right now. He going to roast me for
I
life.
did not know this. I
thought
did
you
not know. I did not know this. We're going to talk about this after the
Oh,
show.
my
but-
God. Yo, this is not a good time in my life.
But
dating apps,
that-
like, have you
that-
ever...
I have tried dating apps before. Yes, I have. Met some nice ladies. I have to be honest. I have never had an experience like that.
Give me the dirt, though. There had to be some liars.
I didn't really. I never really got into them too heavy with them. Maybe I tried about 2 or 3 of them, and that's just being honest. You know, we from a different era. We from the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Like, the communication thing, like, I can go out and I'm going to meet a woman, me going out. So, I'm not really, like, up on the date and thing like that. And kudos to those who are. Everybody got their own preference. In my experiences, I don't like the attitude that come with the ladies on the apps. It's like, I think they be a little extra with it.
Maybe Hollywood on there?
They be a little too Hollywood, a little too bougie. I mean, it's a lot of what you see, what you're hearing now and out in the world. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not into the whole. Look, a man gonna pay for his situation. Let's be straightforward.
No, you paying for it no matter how you
no
look
matter
at it.
what.
I don't pay for it. Yes,
I
you
don't
do.
want to feel like you selling me the cookies. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you selling me the cookies, I don't want it. I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? And
You ain't never pay a lot for a date to get somewhere with it. Come on, man.
I don't mind paying for a date. But if in the first conversation that I have with you, you talking about how much you charging and blah blah blah
Oh,
blah
no.
blah blah, and this all
It's not happening.
I'm not even interested.
And don't ask me to
And-
take you nowhere that you haven't gone yourself.
It's
That you
fun-
haven't taken your. Don't ask me to
thought,
take
hold
you
that
nowhere
thought,
for the
Driz.
first time, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
you
you
can't
could-
take yourself. I ain't taking you.
You know, on all the dating sites, you got to build your little profile, whatever.
Yeah.
So I do recall when I built my profile, like, I would specifically say, look, if you ain't got your mind right, you don't got your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, you not, honest woman. Like, I would put up all these things on my profile, whatever, kind of leading you to understand the type of man that I am.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to deal with you. If you out here tricking, selling pussy, whatever, I don't want to deal with you. But still, they would jump in your, your inbox or whatever, message you, and like, for me, that was like, I'm cool. I pass on this, but
especially if you put it in your
yeah,
you put it on your
I'm
profile.
already putting it out there. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I have never really felt good about it, so I kind of feel like a sucker when I'm doing it.
On the
You know what I
dating
mean?
site,
Like, I'm just being real. Like, on the dating site,
Look at
I
him
don't feel
knocking my
comfortable.
hustle.
You know what I mean?
That
I
was
look
my
at
thing for a
myself.
minute.
Look, I'm not the greatest looking man, whatever, but I'm a handsome man. 6'4", got my shit together, so I don't
Big C,
feel
my
like I
bodyguard.
need to do that. You know what I mean? I hope that answers your question, though, bro.
I mean, it does. I mean, because I did the same. That's why I did the same thing. Like, but in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. You trying to come up. You trying to meet as much as you can. So
Right.
I didn't define my scope. I think that's later in life. Once you hit 40, you're forced to kind of define your scope. And I think I would have defined it a lot sooner. Meaning, set your standards, what you're expecting, where you're going. If you don't define those things, so if you checking this, if you under 30, you in your 20s or even in your 30s, before you get on a dating scene, period, define where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
First, and then you'll be able to meet like-minded people that align with moving in the same direction you're moving in. I didn't do that till right before 40. That's when I
you know
got
what you
grimy
said?
with it. I was like, yeah,
It was something you just touched on. I didn't mean to interrupt
Yeah.
you. You said standards.
absolutely.
I think that's one of the keys right there, is to have standards. And a lot of guys, when we're young, let's be honest, when we're
Yeah,
young,
no
most
standards.
guys, we do not have standards.
Yeah,
We just trying to get in that hole. We done felt that thing the first time. That thing is like, oh my God. But
side.
come on, man. First time you felt that hole, the
Yeah.
only thing you was thinking about was, how do I get some more?
That's it. That's it.
But in these relationships that you deal with, you start to develop a standard. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I ain't dealing with shorty. All right, she toxic. Man, maybe she too loud. You know what I mean? Maybe she's not submissive enough. Maybe she's not ambitious enough. So, by the time you get to our age,
yeah,
them standards may not be on the dating site.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And if they are very far and few.
Exactly.
It's just too many. It's just too many women to filter through to find that, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then you're not really dealing with them in real time. You're dealing with the best image of themselves and
Right.
the best template, just like I'm sure they deal with from guys.
Right.
And to be honest, man, you just dropped some science real quick that I got to touch on. You said submissive and ambitious.
Right, absolutely.
In your 40s, I'm gonna be honest. Before, I hear a lot of talk online about, I want a submissive woman, submissive. Listen, in my 40s, I'll take ambitious over submissive any day. I'm gonna be honest. Now, my 20s and 30s, yeah, when technically you haven't earned your stripes enough to have nobody be submissive for you.
That's
You ain't go through nothing. You haven't put down no solid plan. You still moving around and figuring it out.
so.
Why should
every
somebody
woman,
submit to you while you figure it out? Nah.
Every woman has that in them to
Yeah.
be submissive, right?
Yeah.
However, the most important part that you just mentioned was that man having that plan in place. If she don't believe in you, if you don't got it together, why is she gonna be submissive to a bum?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Why is she gonna be submissive to a person that making 20, 30, 40, 50,000 out? Like, that ain't nothing. That he don't have a solid plan. So why does she want to get behind that?
Nah.
You know what I mean?
I
There's
mean, I
no
feel
leadership there.
I feel it when I hear women say that online. On these
think
shows,
about it like this.
I don't view
You
it dimly.
you
That's
yourself,
standards.
right?
Yeah.
Do you want at this stage in your life? How comfortable are you dating a woman at McDonald's?
See,
If you was a single man.
Here's where I get
Now,
canceled. You
listen.
just lining me up. Yeah.
No, I'm not lining you up. Think about it like this, right? You got a lot going on in your life, right?
Yeah.
And although we could pick a woman from anywhere, you know what I'm saying?
Anywhere.
And she could be our queen. Don't get me wrong. I'm not being disrespectful, ladies, and don't take it that way.
We're happy where we are.
What I'm saying is, I need somebody who I can grow with. So if you are, just say we're going to say, it's not McDonald's specifically, but an entry-level position. It is so hard to get you up to speed at this point in my life.
Yeah.
So rather than, me engage in this type of relationship and start to get frustrated with it, I'm not going to involve myself with it.
From the very beginning,
From the very beginning.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like, if you there and say, I'm all about a plan.
Yeah.
I don't care how much you make it where you are in your life. If you can sit down and you have it written down or mapped, not just in your mind of what you about to try to do.
Right.
I don't like that. Don't just show me. Don't tell me. But if you have a plan, I'm with it. If you could be like, yo, and for the next 6 months, I'm gonna have to hold down a McDonald's gig or hold down wherever, to save this, to stack this, to put it here, and then I'm gonna pivot and go here.
Right.
I'm like, yo, come through. I got you, and I'll give you some game on that.
How often?
like that.
How often are you going to meet somebody with that plan?
It's rare. It's rare. It's rare.
There's value in something that's rare.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't have time, to always go find what's rare, because life is happening now for us. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
I mean, think about that. Like, what you subject yourself to now is going to affect you 10 years from now.
Yeah. 100%.
You see what I'm saying? So knowing what I know now, no, I can't move like that. So even if I was just say me, man, like as I said, ladies, I have a fiance. So knowing what I know now, if things didn't work out with she and I wouldn't jump right into a relationship with anybody. I would still have to focus and still have to keep building, because I have to prepare for what's yet to come. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
So in that preparation, life has already happened for me, and it's going to continue. With or without my current partner, life is going to continue, right? I'm not trying to go backwards. You see what I'm saying?
Nah, you can't do that.
And everything about life is about, changes and going forward, constantly reinventing yourself, constantly evolving, constantly adapting. That makes sense?
100%. It's all about growth.
Yeah.
And that's why those standards, that's probably why you didn't really rock with the dating app so long, right?
Not at all.
Because you had certain standards and you didn't have time to comb the desert for all of that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because you out here moving. I don't got time to be looking at, what you talking about and trying to decipher whether it's a lie or not.
Right.
My standards were the same. I did that. Right before 40, I put, have your life together. It was basic stuff, and I'd meet women that would see the standards and would still lie about it.
Right.
My thing was, and here's where it gets sticky, but I gotta be real. My thing was on the dating app. My headline in bold letters was, I'm not interested in dating anyone with children that still live at home. And the reason why I did that, because my son was grown.
Okay.
And out the house, I did my bid.
Right.
You got to do yours on your own.
Right.
And but not aside from that though. I mentor. Oh, you see, I hit the mic. I'm about to get crazy. You see what we doing? 40 by nature, man. I'm about to get animated. I was about to jump out the chair.
Shout out to L, man, keeping us in tune over here.
Said the producer looking at me like, "Don't ever do that again in your life, or you're fired." But I put the standards on there. You know what I'm saying? And said I don't want to date somebody with kids because I mentor a lot of children.
Right.
And at that point, if you're a father figure in their life, you end up sticking around longer than you would have when because you were getting along. You guys probably ain't even kicking it like that no more. But you hang around for the kid. Okay. I don't want to do that to a kid. I had met too many situations where I was ready to leave, and when we broke up, you're walking out of the kids.
Thought he had a girlfriend. He ain't even